Mari Extension Pack 6 fine-tuned some of the workflows of Mari's new teleport nodes, broadcasters and receivers, which act like a portal to send node graph information from one point to another without a visible connection line. Broadcast and receiver nodes are Mari's native answer to Extension Pack's popular radio and radio transmitter workflows that have been around a few years. As people have become quite accustomed to radio node workflows, this new version of Extension Pack adds some convenience features from the radio node system onto the broadcast and receiver nodes, as well as supporting them with a variety of Extension Pack tools. The first addition is automatically broadcasting a connected node when it is attached to an empty broadcast node. If I attach a node to a broadcaster that does not have any broadcast channel set in its node properties, Extension Pack will automatically set the input node name as a broadcast channel. This will only happen though if the broadcast channel is empty, so attaching a different node when a channel is set will not update the broadcast channel name. If you create a receiver node while a broadcast node is selected, the receiver will auto-connect to the channel which the broadcaster transmits on, without having to manually set it, as is the case in Mari without Extension Pack. Extension Pack's Connect to Radio Transmitter dialog, which is part of the radio node system, now also works with receiver nodes. If instead of a radio node I select a receiver and press Shift-R, the dialog will allow you to select from a list of broadcast channels instead of radio transmitter nodes. Extension Pack's previous hotkeys R and T to create a radio node or a transmitter node now by default create a receiver and a broadcast node, and the node creation hotbox on hotkey C has also been modified to include receivers and broadcasters. Several of Extension Pack's tools that previously were only radio node aware are also now aware of the new teleport nodes. For example, with a broadcast node selected, using the jump to node output, which is on the bracket hotkey or in the navigation submenu, the graph will jump to the connected receiver. If the receiver is in another graph, the necessary graph will be opened. In reverse, using the jump to node input with a receiver selected will jump to the broadcaster, regardless in which graph that one is. Another improvement is for the Smart Rename tool, which will correctly inherit the child name from the broadcast channel. For node graph selection, these select upstream options have been renamed from previously referencing radio nodes to referencing the receivers. So here as an example, select upstream stop before receivers. The actions still also respect radio nodes, same as before, but the receivers are now the naming parent because at this point radio nodes are slowly becoming a legacy feature. Last but not least, in the channels palette, the node graph focus options now also use the receiver as name parent. Although same as for the selection options, radio nodes are respected still as well.